times.
Your partner should add to your life, but it shouldn't be your whole life. Someone said, what would you do if your husband left you or whatever? I'm like, I mean, I would just continue with my life, you know? I still have my own life. I have my own finances. I don't need to be here.
I knew something was kind of off about Liz's new man when she had that situation with her hair. Like, she's always had beautiful, thick black hair. And when I think she like dyed it light and then it was just like broke the off. When your hair starts to change in a relationship, like, I already knew. I don't know how scientifically that makes sense, but like, he's stealing your power or something. Like, I don't know how to define it, but like, there's something off.
One take I'm not seeing enough of when it comes to this whole entire situation is the fact that this bum single-handedly created millions of more female villains and effed up the dating lives of millions of nerdy men. We were told, girlies, go get you a submissive, nerdy man. They're gonna treat you right, they're gonna treat you good. Oh, really? Men look at the mistreatment of women, and instead of operating to be better, they operate to get smarter of how to do it better. Yeah, get the cops on the ass. Exactly. Cheating is not an accident. It's a deliberate, consecutive amount of actions to show how much you don't like your partner. It's the thought to even want to do it. It's the fingers hovering over the keyboard to do it, the typing, the sending, waiting, planning. Like, he needs to be shunned from society. And it's only teaching these bums that are watching how to be smarter about it than being better partners. They're getting smarter at being bad partners than looking at that and being like, oh, let me be a better partner. And it's disgusting.
From the time Wizard Liz started changing her hair from blonde, cutting her hair, creating a mullet, I knew something was wrong. I say this all the time. When your beauty starts becoming drained, and I'm not saying she was, I'm just saying when you kind of lose your spark, when you start doing weird things like going bleach blonde, I knew, oh, she probably had the type. Why did she go from black hair to blonde? And then just changing it from here, this and that. Oh, mullet, cut it, brown, this. I said, okay, something is not right. When a woman starts moving like that is because the man is draining her or he's not right for her and it's a cry for help. If you ever find yourself changing how you look very, very drastically when you enter a relationship, then my dear, that man is sucking your energy. If you find that your beauty is fading, that you're losing your spark, then my dear, that man is also sucking your energy. And the thing is, I didn't want to seem like a hater or anything like that, but I knew, like, my intuition is crazy. Like, I knew from the time she was changing up her hair, cutting her hair, I was like, a man is meant to upgrade you. You're meant to look better. You're not meant to ruin your beautiful hair. So I was just like, okay, cool. This is definitely an issue going on.
I will not settle for someone that's cheating on me. You guys, do you understand what cheating is? Do you understand that that man thinks you're not worthy of loyalty? Cheating is a form of abuse. Cheating is a form of disrespect towards you.
The amazing Wizard Liz announced that her fiancé Landon created a fake Snapchat, met up with a girl, and cheated on her. But not only did he cheat on Liz, she's 4 months pregnant with his baby, so he cheated on the future of his child as well. Landon just joined Liz on her platform in an hour-long video about the relationship and said that it's a toxic message for women to never trust a man, and this is what I find absolutely incredible about the modern man. He has the audacity to rage against the different ways women protect themselves while being the exact reason those defenses exist in the first place. The modern man is mad women have trust issues, but creates fake Snapchats behind her back. He's mad that women are guarded, but never stops giving her reasons to be. The modern man is a faux victim and a crybaby. The modern man complains that women aren't getting married and having children at the same rate anymore, but lacks such self-control that he'll go destroy the future of his own child and the family that child is owed for 15 minutes of pleasure before that child even breathes its first last breath. This isn't just about men cheating. This is about the current environment we're in, where men are out playing victim, acting like society is against them, while they run around destroying their own families, destroying the futures of their children, and destroying the hearts of the women that care about them. Liz deserves better, and every woman and child deserve better.
Listen, I am really upset with women, okay? I don't know who did this. It was definitely not me. It was not me, okay? But whoever did this, stand up right now. Like, stand up right now. Because I know some of you women out here have been making these men so spoiled. They want new things now. They want even more things than that women already do. Like, we already do so much. But now they want more. Now they want flowers. Now they want money. Now they want everything. These days, women are expected to be mothers. Women are expected to be a chef. Women are expected to be, you know, cleaner and nanny. Every single thing, your personal therapist. And then, you know, like giving all of our energy to you. Making sure you're this big man. And then on top of that, people decided to say, you know what? Let us also split the bill. Let us pay for these guys. I just want to know who did this. And I want to meet this person in a dark alley. And I just want to talk. We as women today have no more expectations for men. We as women were happy when that guy acknowledges that he's dating us. If he does that, he's the king. Oh my God, he told his mother that he's dating me. Oh wow. Amazing. What a wonderful guy. But did he tell his mom as well that he's dating 10 other girls at the same time? Listen, I'm tired of this, okay? And I am gonna show you guys in this video how to stop accepting the bare minimum. It is done. We as women need to do better because these men are becoming spoiled. Hi guys, my name is Liz and welcome back to my channel. Okay, first things first, we are gonna start doing is having expectations for men. I will not settle for someone that's cheating on me. You guys, do you understand what cheating is? Do you understand that that man thinks you're not worthy of loyalty? Cheating is a form of abuse. Cheating is a form of disrespect towards you.
This is Wizard Liz. She has over 7 million followers here on TikTok. She makes dating and women's empowerment content, and she's currently in a very public cheating scandal because her husband allegedly cheated on her when she was 4 months pregnant. He was very familiar with her content prior to pursuing her. And I feel like he plotted to get her, to destroy her brand from the inside out. Because why would you approach a woman who speaks like this about knowing your worth, being with men who are emotionally intelligent, who honor you, love you, trust you, who are faithful to you? Why would you pursue a woman like that when you know good and well that's not the man that you are? Some men see a beautiful, successful woman who built an entire empire on her own, and they want to humble her. By making his apology and confession public, he forces her to have to decide publicly if she'll stay with him or not. And if she stays, it makes it look like everything she built her platform on was a lie. I feel like this was intentional. This is why I always talk about sleeping with the enemy, because sometimes your biggest hater is the man that you're with. I'm sure she meant every single thing that she posted about, but we all know that there are men out there who will put on an Oscar-worthy performance just to get what they want from you, and I don't think he's any different. You could vet a man better than the CIA, and he could still slip through the cracks.
Oh boy, a lot of you are asking me to comment on the whole Wizard Liz situation, and I don't want to feel like I'm like profiting or like exploiting someone's tragedy. I think that's absolutely devastating what's happened to her. I can't imagine how she's feeling right now, especially considering the fact that she's 4 months pregnant. And I feel like, you know, what can I really say? I feel like anything that I could say in this situation, like how I genuinely feel, is going to get me into trouble. But what's new? I could never trust a man, and I would never judge or condemn a woman for trusting a man. I personally could never trust a man. I absolutely not. I've loved men and I've cared about men. And I've had, you know, I care deeply about my ex-boyfriends and we're still friends. Like I've had love for men. I've never trusted a man. Ever. Even the men that I've loved in my past, I would not trust them. I've never met a man who was not driven by his lust. If there's one theme that all of the men that I've ever known, whether I dated them or otherwise, there's one theme that they all had, is that they are absolutely controlled by their lust. Which is why I would never marry a man, and why I think if I am going to enter some kind of relationship with a man, I have to be getting some kind of, what's the word for it? Collateral. If you would like to date me, I need collateral. I need to look back on our relationship together and feel like I got something out of it for when and if you betray me and waste my time. And that is what I preach to you guys. So when people are like, oh, MJ, why is she giving relationship advice? She's not in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. I sleep like a baby at night because I don't worry about some man running around and cheating on me. I use men for what they're good for. And what they're good for depends on the man. But otherwise, no, not at all. I don't regularly consume Liz's content. It's not particularly my cup of tea, although I think she's great. And I hope that I'm so happy for her success. But from that one video she did with the Q&A of her in Landon, there were so many times in that video where I was like, oh, yep. And that's why I'm not a very fun person to be friends with. Because if you're friends with me, I'm going to point those things out to you with your relationship. And I see it all the time. Any man who says you should trust men as a woman is lying to you. The only man that you even have a chance at trusting is a man who will straight up look at you and say, men cannot be trusted. They just can't. I preach what Shara 7 talks about, okay? You got to be getting something out of these relationships. You should not even consider having someone's baby until they are married to you. And even so, just know that once you have that man's baby, you are trapped with him. Men will fake their personalities. They will mirror you. They will try to humble you. They will pretend to be something that they're not in order to get you. They will trap you with a baby and they will lie to you. And that is very disheartening and disappointing, and it's a hard pill to swallow, and I appreciate and I understand that, but you should probably get to swallowing it at some point because it's just the way it is. This is a very cynical message, which is why I don't even want to come here and say this, because generalization and all or nothing mentalities usually aren't good. But trust me, I've known a lot of people, I've seen a lot of things in my life. You cannot trust these motherfuckers. What I'm trying to say is my last 2 boyfriends, the first one, I had an unlimited Amex card. And the second one was literally a sub and would wait on me and do anything I told him to do. That's why they were my boyfriends. You know what I mean? I guess I'm not saying it's impossible. But if that's on your top priority of things that you would want out of life, is a man to give you a fairy tale romance and love, we need to recalibrate our needs and wants and desires, because that's not a fair bet to make. And that's okay. There's so many things to want out of life, and I think we all need to kind of shift gears a little bit and understand that when entering a dynamic with a relationship dynamic, you are rolling dice like crazy. And if you're doing it going 50-50 and that man doesn't worship the ground you walk on and do anything for you, probably not a good idea. One more thing. She also dated down in the name for love. Don't do that. Liz could have an oil baron, but she dated down for the name of love. Don't ever do that. Get the man with resources and learn to love him if you must have one.
So this is my unpopular opinion about the wizard Liz. First of all, let me just say this. This is why a lot of women don't get it. This is why a lot of women don't get it and understand. Now, there's multiple layers of situations going on here. One, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how successful you are. Eventually, you may want somebody to have by your side. Liz is a representation of that. She ultimately wanted somebody to be with. If she didn't, she would have skipped right over him. 2, Liz did 2 things wrong here. A lot of people are saying that this woman just kind of not really met him, but started being in a relationship with him, and all this happened under a time span of 6 months. So they said under a year they started talking, and then she thought she was going to get married and everything like that. Now, I do believe that this man was looking at her content and looking at her videos and stuff and told her everything she wanted to hear. I believe he played her like a soybean burger, and she really looked through it. Now, I also believe she saw certain things, but she didn't want to believe it. I point blank period. She didn't want to believe it, because when I was watching her videos on the Q&A with him and other videos with him, he kept looking at her, trying to see her reaction of what he's saying, right? Plus, there was a lot of undertone of things happening that you can kind of notice with that. But this is what I will say about the Wizard Liz. The unfortunate thing about this situation is not that she got cheated on. The unfortunate situation about this is that there are millions and millions of women holding her accountable to not take that man back. So even if she wanted to try to test things out because she has a baby and she wanted to see maybe if they could get some counseling or work things out or see where they went wrong in the relationship, even try regardless. For anybody coming to comments saying, oh, you want her to do this, bitch, you probably ain't got nobody you with anyway. So why are you giving her advice? Y'all telling a woman to be by herself, be single, whatever, shun off the nigga and be single like you hoes. That's why it don't work like that in society. Even now, Beyonce didn't leave Jay-Z for y'all. She was going to live comfortably. Okay? And I feel like if Liz do want to give him a second chance, that should be her option. She might not want to. She might not. She might stand on her square and say, look, this is really disrespect. But she can't genuinely process that and genuinely try to figure it out because she got everybody looking at her talking about she better not take him back after all that stuff she said. Now she got to live it. And I think that's the most unfortunate part of it, because even if she wanted to try or even attempt or see where it goes from there, it had already went to shit because of all the content she put out. Let me tell you this too. Both of these individuals are in their 20s, okay? Still milk on the bottle, in my opinion. 22, no, he's 23 years old, and what, she's like 22, 21? Like, come on, people. Y'all looking at it at old motherfuckers' eyes. This is new booty on the block. It's like a small percentage of people who are young that ain't out there having it. I'm just saying. Just a small percentage. And I feel like it happened too fast. There was a lot of pressure put on him because he wasn't ready for that anyway. I felt like he did deeply sabotage her. And I believe she didn't get the red flags when he was talking about, oh, I was stuck here and somebody left me. He was already giving her the woe is me story. And just like a fixer, the fixer that she is, because she's a fixer, you can tell she's a fixer. First of all, she a Capricorn. So some Capricorns love a good project. So there's that. And she thought she can, motivate him and help him. Fire signs are exciting to earth signs. But then two things can happen. They either become successful or they become detrimental. Why? Because fire signs don't really like structure like that. They go with the flow. They just they throw shit on the walls and see what happens from there. Fuck it. Let's do it. Earth signs, especially Capricorns, they like to plan shit. They like to put some things into play before they make that step. And it got to be practical and logical. And if they ain't making no money, ain't a damn thing funny. So that was already going to go to shit. Her dude, even though he's established and he got his money and, they got that palm privilege, it's still the same. I feel like he was too young to be doing all that anyway. I mean, it's just what it is. But like I said, I feel like it's unfortunate because she can't go through life. All the stuff with manifestation and creating your own reality is wonderful. It's great. It's amazing. Okay? Hello. But you still have to live life. You still have to experience it. This is a lesson that you have to learn. And what do you need to learn from it? It's not always leave the motherfucker. It's not always that, because now that she's pregnant, this is a guy that she's going to have to deal with the rest of her life. And she not going to do it like, Anyway, like a lot of the commentators before, who wholeheartedly understands her situation. Because what? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be nice here because I really don't have a lot of time, and I kind of edited my homework the wrong way a little bit, so I'm a little salty. So yeah. But anyway, um, my heart goes out to Liz for the simple fact is, again, like I said, she said all of that on her channel and people are going to hold that to her. She's still human. She should be able to process this and deal with this as much as she can. And she is going to have emotions. She not just going to be like, oh, I'm going to leave you tomorrow. She thought she was going to marry this man and be with this man for the rest of her damn life. She thought this man was the one. She got pregnant by him. She's carrying his child. She already has emotions behind that. And I don't think a lot of women are going to consider that because they're going to still think about, you remember when you said it's the biggest form of disrespect and no cheating and blah, 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 blah. You should have listened to Shira 7. You should have listened to Shira 7. I heard a lot of people saying she should have listened to Shira 7. But let me tell you something about Shira 7 and what y'all failed to realize because y'all so just naive. Shira 7 see a lot of y'all as game. Okay? She see a lot of y'all as game. Why? Because she's a traditional wife. You don't see Shira 7 out there twerking by any means. She's always covered. She wears her natural hair for the most part. You know what I mean? She gets her daughters to school. She's a traditional wife. She keeps her house clean. She cooks. She takes her husband. They go out and do all that other stuff. She is a traditional wife. She folds clothes. She washes. She does all of that stuff. She's a traditional wife. And if James decided to cheat tomorrow, you know what she's going to do? She's going to do exactly what she said and pretend like she ain't ever seen it to keep the comfort of her house. So she gonna do what y'all complain about anyway. So y'all don't really understand what Shira 7 is talking about when it's coming out of her mouth. Why do you think Kevin Samuel said he don't have an issue with her content? Man, y'all don't pay attention to nothing. Y'all just, oh my gosh. Even with Nicki Minaj, she's married. Cardi B is no longer married to Offset, but she's trying to get wiped up by what's his name? The football player. And look like doing a damn good job at it. Okay? Meg Thee Stallion talk all that stuff, but look, she's always in a relationship because she's always trying to get married. All these women that you see out here talk about niggas ain't this, da 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 da, are trying to get wifed up by men. A lot of them just doing it the wrong way. Beyonce married. Like I said, there was alleged cheating scandal going on. She didn't leave him. Not for y'all. Why she gonna leave him for y'all? I just, people do things the way they want to in their relationship. And all I'm saying is, I personally wouldn't see myself dealing with that. But if a woman decides that she wants to deal with that in her relationship and try to make it work, y'all need to give her a break and let her explore that. But unfortunately for Liz, unless she keeps it under wraps, she not going to really be able to do that. Because y'all put so many expectations on women, and that's their fault because they shouldn't open their mouth anyway. But that y'all put so many expectations out on women that they can't do what the hell they really trying to do. Because y'all claim that y'all they sis and y'all support them. But the second they do something that y'all don't like, y'all hate them. So y'all full of shit. That's my take on it. My take is Liz the Wizard is not going to be able to go through the motions like she needs to because she going to have everybody watching her. And that's not fair. It's not fair. I don't care if she renege and have him over the house and have a conversation with him and try to work it out. I don't give a shit. Y'all should let that woman do what she needs to do to figure out what she gonna figure out. She made a mistake by having a baby with a cheater. And now she got to figure it out if it's because he's young and he's not ready to settle down or what. But either way, she got the rest of her life to deal with him now because they have a baby together. So that's what that is. So women, when you ask with other women to change their lifestyle for you, if you can't pay their bills or make them happy and sleep in their bed at night, I think y'all should just shut up. That's what I think. That's what I feel. Y'all be mad at A. Kane every other month when she be fighting her baby daddy and talking about she gonna leave him next week. Just a lost cause. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I'll put my information out and talk about couples and topics. But the second they continue going in a cycle, you guys could leave me out the group chat. That's why I don't talk about Cardi B and her stuff. She finally tired. But that's why when she was going through the motion, I talked about it a little bit and then I let it go. because she kept going back. Y'all better knock it off and stay out of people's stuff. If they keep on doing it, it's redundant to keep talking about it. It's getting old. That's their toxic relationship. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you think Liz is going to get back with her ex, or are they going to talk it out, work it out? Or is she going to stand on her square and always have the what ifs in the back of her mind, because there's a lot of people counting on her to make choices based off of their life that they probably never going to experience themselves, because they probably wouldn't qualify with those type of men anyway, meaning a man of that type of status financially they can never come across. You know, it's always them ones. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm out.
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone.